A week ago, he's like, man, Sam, he's been through a lot. It's been a great story. What have you been through? How did you get here?
Me, I'm originally from Nigeria. I came here 3 years ago, and I'm supposed to play basketball, but I've got in love with football. So, and it's been like an uphill climb for me, and I love the process I've been through, and I wouldn't trade for anything in the world.
Now, what made you pick up football and put down the basketball?
I mean, there was more opportunity with football, so there's more opportunity with football, and I really fell in love with the sport. I knew about it, but not really like as I knew basketball. But it was a great transition for me. Switching from basketball to football as well.
Was there, growing up, anything comparable to football playing wise?
Nothing really. It was nothing, but it brings out the competitiveness in you. Like you really want to compete. You really want to get better. You really want to make sure that the man in front of you doesn't get the best of you. So you really want to. He brings out that dog in you, pretty much. Yeah, that's what he does. And that's the beautiful thing about football.
When did coaches have to do any like heavy recruiting to get you to try to play football?
No. It was all love at first sight for me. Like it was a romantic story for me. So yeah.
Now, how much have you played a bunch of different positions, or what do they kind of have you working with here?
Strictly D-line, outside linebacker, pretty much. Those are the two positions that I've been. But I'm open to whatever positions the coaches here want me to play. I don't care. I'm open to whatever.
Now, what was kind of the pitch from Coach White of, hey, here's why I think you'd be great at Kentucky?
Development, I'm here to get developed, and that's what Coach White constantly told me about. Getting better. He was all about developing players and making them the best football players and humans, and guys that they could possibly be to themselves, their families, and to the community as well. So that was big for me. So it was what pretty much sold me.
Now I know you met Josh Allen on your visit here. What was that like? It was cool. It was surreal for me, like seeing him on TV, then seeing him in real life, and getting to talk to him, getting to ask him questions about the position, about the school, about pretty much being a football player, and getting to see how open he is to learning. Even at the height of where he is now, he's getting better. And that's what that brings me back to the developmental aspect of Coach White and what he wants to do. You could see the progression of Josh from when he first got here to when he left, and that's pretty much what I want, and even better for me. So that's pretty much it for me. Yeah. Since you've gotten here, how has the transition been, and have there been any surprises?
I pretty much came in prepared, my mentally, physically as well. It's a different environment, but I'm getting used to it, and I love it here.
Do you think the transition moving from Nigeria to America, do you think that probably helped you transition to college ball?
Yeah, a little bit, But at the end of the day, it's all mental for me. Everything was all mental. It's a new place, it's a new environment, but at the same time, the goal still remains the same. You have what you want to do, you have what your eyes set on, and that's it for me. It wasn't really that hard for me.
Sam, when you moved to the U.S., is this the dream you had to play? I mean, I know you were playing basketball, sports,
Yeah, play sports. Yeah, play sports. Get an education. Yeah, so the two of them, both of them, actually. Yeah.
At what point did you, I know you said there was more opportunity in football, but what clicked? It was like when you was like, oh, I got to give up basketball because this football thing's going to work out pretty good.
I'm not going to lie, running around. Running around for me was seeing people you have different positions. You get to specialize in whatever position you play in. So it was the thing that actually drew me running around, and also focusing on your craft and getting better at it. So that's what pretty much sold me at it.
Were you a bruiser on the court too?
Yeah, I was yeah. I mean, but I still play basketball on the side, just for fun. But at the end of the day, it's all love for football for me. I love the sport. Yeah.
Before coming up here, when's the last time you would have a heavy coat on and this kind of cap?
I didn't know. Like, it was. I mean, the weather is something I have to get used to. I am getting used to it, But over time, I will. Maybe I'll probably go around jogging in shorts and stuff like that. Yeah. But right now, I just have to be all, suited up so I don't get cold.
Had you seen snow before this week?
Last week was surreal for me. Like, it was awesome. Last week, I literally made a small snowball with my hand, and it was cool. It was really fun. It was great.
Abule Ibade Fitzgerald has a similar story to you. Moved from Nigeria, played basketball, then football. I wonder, has he taken you under his wing at all?
Yeah, we talk. And I asked him a lot of questions about school, about football, about how he was able to get acclimatized to the whole weather and everything. And the advice he gives me is just stay focused in class, stay focused on the football field and in the film room too, and get better every day. So it's pretty much he's a motivating factor for me. Also because when I see how far he's come, and I really want to get to a point where I can also be a motivating factor for all the people coming behind me. So it's great.
When you were growing up, were there athletes from Nigeria that you looked up to
Yeah, it's usually. Nigeria has a bunch of soccer players, so you look up to soccer players a lot. But a few basketball players like Festus Ezeli, he was on the Warriors when they won the first championship with Curry, and I looked up to him too. Yeah.
Did you just was soccer the only sport you watched growing up, or did you watch?
I watched a little bit of basketball too. Yeah, I watched a little bit of basketball.
Did you have a favorite team?
Well, I was a LeBron fan. I'm still a LeBron fan, so it hasn't changed for me. It was Miami Heat at first, then it was the Cavs, now it's the Lakers for me. So I'm more like a LeBron bandwagon fan. So I don't care. I'm one of them.
Sometimes I forget how old I'm actually getting, but would I go back too far to throw out a Christian Okoye for football?
I actually learned about him a year ago. Watching, NFL 100 and watching, the running backs, and actually read up on him, and it was a great story, and, I hope to meet him one day, and, he's an inspiration for me too as well.
As you started watching football over in the States, did you adopt a team? Was there anybody that you kind of gravitated towards right away? Or?
Oh my God. I'm going to say this. So I kind of I like the Browns. I don't know. Don't judge me. I like the Browns because they have I think it's kind of sentimental for me because they have a bunch of Nigerians on the team, or people from Nigeria, Nigerian descent on the team. So it's kind of sentimental for me. So,
did you play any soccer growing up too, or was that? Obviously,
just basketball. Yeah.
What's I know now that you're here, you love the game. What do you have goals that you're I want to get this done in my first go at spring practice?
Yeah. For me, I want to learn more. I want to learn the game more. Spend more time in the film room. Especially with Coach White and Coach Scholar, and get a lot of playing time during the spring, and push it for towards the season as well.
I know that the outside linebacker position, they ask a lot of that here.
Yeah.
Have you played with your hand up, standing up before, or have you just you've done that? You're comfortable.
I could play anywhere. I could play any way the coaches want me to play. 3-point stance, 2-point stance. I'm good with it.
Sam, you talked about meeting Josh Allen on your visit. I'm curious, how much did his impact here just resonate with you as a recruit? If Josh Allen hadn't done what he did, would Kentucky have even been on your radar knowing that they developed?
If you remove the Josh Allen factor from it, I still will come here because I see it as a place it feels like home pretty much, to be very honest. Besides from football, it feels like home. The education is great, fantastic, and the coaches are awesome.